Greetings, students. This is Dr. Schaefer, and I'd like to welcome you to the Summer 1 semester Great Books in Philosophy class. I've created this video just to provide a short introduction to myself and to the class. Since this is an online class, we won't be seeing each other on a regular basis, and so I wanted to give you a sense of who I am by creating this video. What I'd like to do is to talk about three things briefly in this video. I want to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about this class, and then a little bit about the online nature of the class. So first of all, myself, I am a longtime member of the faculty at Xavier University. I know it's a little goofy, but I wore my Xavier ball cap for this video. I'm the head of the philosophy department. I've been teaching at Xavier since 1999. I am making this video from my home office, which you can see behind me, and I mention that in part because it's possible that we may be interrupted by some screaming noises later in the video. That would be my two twin babies that just turned 1 year old, and my wife is feeding them right now in the back room, but their nursery is the room right next door, and so it's close to their bedtime, and you may hear some crying in the background. So that's a little bit about myself. Let me also say that if you ever need to contact me, I know that it's difficult since this is an online class. The best way to do that is going to be through email, and you'll find my email address on the syllabus. But I am in New Orleans, and I will be here for the whole 5 weeks. And so if you ever want to meet face to face, send me an email and let me know. We can organize that. I will be on campus occasionally this summer. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the course. So Great Books in Philosophy is an introduction to philosophy by studying the works of, by studying a number of classic philosophical works or texts. The title Great Books is a little bit misleading. We won't be reading, large tomes of philosophy. We'll be reading shorter selections. We'll be reading a couple of parts of books and not the whole books. It is a reading intensive class, but I think the reading is manageable. I don't think the number of pages is really that excessive. So what do we do in a philosophy class? Some of you may never have taken philosophy before. You may be wondering what philosophers do. And I would put it this way. I would say that what philosophers do is to examine questions that are of fundamental human importance that can't be answered in a clear, definitive black and white manner. So for example, one of the questions we'll be taking up in this class, and we'll actually look at two classic philosophical examinations of this question, is what is happiness? What's the nature of happiness? Obviously, that's the sort of thing that doesn't have a definitive, clear answer, but it's something that's really important, and it's something that can be taken up for study. It's not going to be studied in the same way that you might study an organism or some chemicals, where you can measure things and quantify things and arrive at relatively definitive answers. But we can still study them and arrive at answers that are, that have a sort of a tentative value to them, let's say. So that's what philosophy is, and we'll take up a number of such questions over the course of the semester. Okay, lastly, the online nature of the course. So we'll be using Blackboard as the portal for this course. Everything that you're going to do is going to be through Blackboard. And the way it's going to work is basically like this. So think of the course as being organized around a series of texts that we'll be taking up to read. And so here's what you'll do for each one of those texts. The first thing that you'll do is read the text. The second thing you'll do is listen to an audio lecture that I will provide on Blackboard. The third thing that you'll do is to make some discussion board posts using threads that I will create, or you can create your own thread for that. Think of the discussion board as taking the place of in-class discussion. And then fourth, you will be making regular, more formal writing posts, and we'll use the Blackboard blog feature for that. Think of the blog post as taking the place of quizzes. Okay, the discussion board posts will not be graded. If you do them and if you get them turned in on time, you get credit. The blog posts will be graded. And so basically that's it. That's the online nature of the course. All this stuff you'll do on Blackboard, except the reading. Obviously, you'll do that on your own. But the audio lecture, the discussion board, and the blog post will be on Blackboard. And the other assignment for this class that you will turn in through Blackboard is a critical essay, and that'll come at the very end of the semester. Okay, so there won't be any tests for this course. There won't be any quizzes. The blog post will sort of take the place of quizzes, and that's the way that it's going to work. So I wish you all a success.